All right. What's good, everyone? It's Jerry Siafa, also Josiah Amin. I'm cracking off another video for you today. And in today's video, we'll be talking about what is goodness, what's happiness, and what's all the high vibration, and how to achieve this. So what is happiness slash goodness slash high vibration? That's what this video is about. Again, this is just based off notes I've taken down. I have a lot of free time because I'm not currently working, so I'm going to be making these videos and just sharing what I know and sharing it with you. So let's make this happen. Okay, so so when we are able to quiet the cravings within us and see that our true desires is not wealth or fame, but what it is really happiness. Only by coming back to ourselves and burying our mind and purifying, so only when we come back to ourselves and purify what's going on in our mind can we experience the long-lasting happiness, one that is not corrupt in any way, shape, or form. So once we come back to ourselves and we purify our mind, you see, we can then experience long-lasting happiness, which is not corrupt. Many of us think that without money or fame, we have no true power. So many of us think that without money or fame, we have no true power whatsoever. And therefore, we cannot be happy. Of course, we need our basics. Of course, we all need our basic necessities, absolutely, in order to survive. But many of us, but true happiness is not based on money or fame, but only on self-liberation, peace, and wisdom. So we must see our happiness in terms of peace, freedom, compassion, and not the size of our bank account. So true happiness is not based on money nor fame, but on self-liberation, peace, and wisdom. So this is true happiness, and this is true goodness. This is where true happiness, goodness, and high vibration comes from. Not the size of our bank accounts. Okay, so even if you have no money or fame, you can still be happy by using these 5 powers we're going to talk about right now. These 5 powers. 5. Many of us think that excitement is happiness. But when we are excited or enjoyment, we are expecting something that is considered happiness. But when we are excited, we are not peaceful. So when we're excited, or enjoy, we're expecting something that's going to make us happy. So therefore, we're not at peace. We're not at peace since we're expecting something that's going to make us happy. And true happiness is based on peace. So true happiness is based on peace. Imagine being in a hot desert and you're dying of thirst, and ahead of you there's a beautiful stream. There's a beautiful stream that you can drink from when you get to. Although you have not drank from that water yet, you feel something. And what are you feeling? You feel excitement, hope, joy, but not happiness. Why? Because happiness will come once you have drank that water and you have quenched your thirst. Now you've reached happiness, you see? We have to cultivate happiness, we have to cultivate happiness. You see? We have to cultivate happiness. So, like I said, I'm learning this too. And this is making me happy, just learning about this. So when we are free, so when we free ourselves, let me fix this camera. So when we free ourselves from our tensions, our regrets, our worries, our past and future, we can reach the kingdom of God in the now. So when we are not in the past, when we're not in the future, when we're not worried about the present, we can then reach the kingdom of God, which is right here in the present moment, in the here and now. This here is the kingdom of God. And that's how we reach it, is by releasing all of these worries. So the kingdom is always available to us, but we have to become available to it. You see? You understand? When we look for happiness in things, we eventually become immune to our happiness, and after a while we don't feel happy any longer. So when we look for happiness in things, if we go looking for happiness in a relationship, we will eventually become immune. We eventually become immune to our happiness, and after a while we don't feel happy any longer. This is because we're reaching out, but we'll get to that. Because even after we obtain all the possessions of the ego needs, we remain unsatisfied. So after we get all the things we want in the world, we're still not as happy as we want to be. So when striving to attain happiness and to awaken the mind of great understanding and love, we must base our happiness on external. Let me bring that back. We must not base our happiness on the external things, including sound, touch, form, any ideas, jobs, titles, money, status. So we must not, as hard as it might seem or sound, we must not base our happiness on external form. So whatever path we take in life, if we are attached to form, we will not achieve the happiness that we truly deserve. So whatever path we choose to take, if we are attached to form, we will not truly be as happy as we deserve. So the key to success is not the form of being a doctor, a businessman, a teacher, an accountant, but the capacity to cultivate happiness and understanding. That's the key to success. To cultivate, you see, compassion and understanding. So we must remember that whenever there is perception, there is delusion. So whenever we have a perception of something, there might be a slight chance of delusion also. You see. So we must be careful on basing our decisions on appearance alone. So when we base our decisions on just the appearance, we have to be careful of this. And on the outer form, when we based our perception on the outer form, we have to be very careful. To find happiness, we must be free and not fooled by perception. So in order to be happy, we have to be free mentally and not fooled by any perceptions out here in the world of form. Alright? So we have to. So because alright, not on perception. So if you base your reality based on form, you're gonna have a lot of illusions and delusions going on. So you can't do that. You see? Many of us believe that many of us believe that we will be happy when we get this and when we get that. And if we don't, if we do not, our lives will suffer, crumble, and we will not be happy. The truth is our idea. The truth is our idea of what power is and what can bring us happiness can be quite dangerous for us. This is the truth. Because happiness can manifest in millions of ways, only when we allow it. So when we put our mind on one idea of how to achieve success, we lock ourselves down. Because happiness can manifest in millions different ways, only when we allow it. So when you commit to one